Welcome to our Homeopathic Remedy of the Month series. If you've been following along with my emails, blog posts, and other videos this month, you know that it's my birth month, as well as the birth month of homeopathy's founder, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. And it's pretty interesting that we just so happen to share the same birth date. Yes, that is right. We were both born on April 10th. So in the spirit of Samuel Hahnemann, I wanted to bring you information about the remedy that started it all, China officinalis, or China for short. The name of this remedy is sometimes pronounced Kina, but you'll find that many homeopaths pronounce it China, just like the country of China. That's how I'll be pronouncing it throughout this video. I won't go into the history of this remedy, as I've already covered that in my blog post, but I will include that link in the description so that you can go read more about it. It's definitely a fascinating story. One of China's main indications for use is in those individuals who lose vital fluids. They can become weak, fatigued, and debilitated from the loss of body fluids. So think new mamas who are nursing their baby every day, or the elderly who become dehydrated, or anyone who's hemorrhaging and losing blood and becoming anemic. It would be useful in any one of those situations. It's also a great remedy for fevers, especially when they are recurring. It's also a huge digestive remedy as well. If someone's experiencing lots of gas, bloating, grumbling, and colic, or they feel like their digestion is just slow or sluggish, think of China. With my clients, I tend to probe a little bit further and ask specifically about their stool. If they notice undigested food particles left in their stool, China is almost always a very useful remedy. It can also be used for food or water poisoning associated with severe diarrhea. And if that weakness that I talked about earlier is part of the picture, then you have a dead ringer for China. Some additional symptoms that may call for this remedy are things like gastric headaches, inflammation of the internal organs such as the liver, spleen, or stomach, painful menses in females, asthma, pneumonia, and bronchitis that tend to be worse in damp environments, and also post-surgery gas pains. People who might need this remedy are of the sensitive type. Anyone have a teenager or maybe a 3-year-old going on 13-year-old that if you just so much as look at them wrong, they fly into a rage or become extremely moody? Well, that right there is a great description of someone who might respond well to China. When I was in chiropractic practice, I had a patient and friend who was seeing me for chiropractic care during her pregnancy. When baby arrived, he was completely blue. We called him her blue baby. I made a house call and adjusted him, and he pinked up just fine. But had she and I known more about homeopathy at the time, we might have chosen China as a remedy that would have been of benefit to him. Of course, there are a couple other remedies I would have considered as well, depending on the reason for him being blue. But I provide this example so that those of you that are young enough to become pregnant, or those of you with an adult child who may become pregnant, will remember this example and be prepared should a baby arrive in this condition. Again, remember China's keynote is for loss of fluids. So if mom lost a lot of fluids during the birth process and baby is blue, China would be a very useful remedy. So there you have it. You now have some good indications for use of the homeopathic remedy that started it all. Thanks for joining me for this remedy of the month, and I will see you next time.